Yes, there was that moment where I said, I'm gonna put my all into this. I'm gonna go all out, I don't care. But until that point, I think that's already how the journey was progressing. It's weird, I kind of realized that I'm going all in for this thing after I had already made that choice subconsciously. So my name is InderPaul Sandhu. I'm a singer, I'm a rapper, a songwriter, and I'm just in love with music, man. That's me. There's artists that inspire me to write, and then there's the artists that inspire me to just mess around with my voice. We were speaking about Daniel Caesar before we started shooting, right? And that's an artist that does inspire me to, just try new things with my voice. How I describe the music is ultimately it's sincere and parabolistic, and genre, bloody hell, to be confirmed, because I like it all, man. I like so many different styles of sound. I actually originally started off doing old school hip hop, and then from there, I'm singing what I'm singing now, doing my, rock soul thing. I could wake up and I could have an inspiration from a dream. Many of my lyrics are actually written from literal dreams I've had. Or I could just be stepping out the shower, or I could just get like a melody in my head, and then from there it kind of just progresses. But then I think from there, the steps is I'd shout my guitarist, one of my music peoples, and be like, yo, I got this sound, can you help me make it sound actually good, kind of thing. I would record a voice note, send it over to them, and then they'll pattern it up, and then we'll link up, I'll sing it, and they'll play it, and then somehow, some way we find our way into the studio. Letter to self. I think Collinsdale tape just came out of I think one of the toughest seasons in my life. There's a lot going wrong. Do you think about me? I've always said music has been the best part of my life, best time of my life, but also the worst time. Because there's so many highs and there's so many lows, and you're forced to reconcile with yourself. And we all have them days where we don't like ourselves. We all have them days where like, okay, I'm okay, and then we all have them days where like, I'm all right. You know what I mean? I like myself. And there was just so many low days in this season. So like Letter to Self, for instance, I just feel like I was doing the most for everyone around me, and I don't feel like anybody was doing that for me. I don't know if you want to call it a pity party, I felt bad for myself, but that cycle, it's a bad Tuesday, and okay, now you've written off the whole week, or especially when I feel ill, right, in the morning, I'm like, oh man, I can't do this today, I gotta stay here, and all this stuff. But when I push myself out of bed, and I'm doing the stuff I wanted to cancel, it's not that bad. And I'm Unstoppable, that's another one that's kind of quite telling of the season I was in, because I was relentless. I had to be unstoppable. Coming for all of this. Coming for all of this. In that season is when I realized, yes, we have enemies out there and up there, but really and truly, we can be our biggest enemy, and I just had to be unstoppable, regardless of my estimation of myself, other people's estimation of myself. I don't want to be judged for all the things that I've said, all the things that I've done. Sorry for my lack. And then you have Cold. It was a very vulnerable song to write. Common said, the hardest music to put out is often the best music to put out, And I didn't want to do it because I was vulnerable and I'm not looking, this is the side where you're just alone in your room, you're feeling low kind of thing, or in your house, whatever. But it was under his, encouragement, advice, yo, man, you should put it on the tape, do that, and I did. So that's my baby. Track 3, Cold, that's my baby, because it was so hard to write, and I forget that there's a lot of people that love me and care for me and have my back, and I'm very grateful for those people in my life. Truly, I'm blessed. It's crazy, 'cause I can't think for you. At the start of my journey, I wanted to collaborate with anyone and everyone. And then I think as I took it more and more seriously, I became like Gollum from Lord of the Rings, my precious, that guy. That's how I treated music. I was so, this is my baby, I don't want to, that kind of thing. And I kind of shut myself off. I think I'm still in that place. I'm not in the space and place to work with someone, but I mean, you know, who knows what the future holds. Saying that though, Ray Charles, Jimi Hendrix, they'd be pretty cool to do something with, you know. Big L, yeah, it would be, right? They're sick, man. Anthony Hamilton as well, so I'm kind of contradicting myself completely here now, but that's, yeah, I caveat these artists with what I just said before. Yeah. I'd be working with young people. That's the only other thing I've been passionate about besides music, or consistent with. You know, it's through my mentorship in church that I was, you know, encouraged and pushed to pursue my gifts and talents, and I really benefited from those relationships. And to play a part in somebody's story like others have played in mine, I think that's a beautiful thing. But part of me did feel like I wish I had this encouragement and this support and so on. But nonetheless, my story is what my story is, and it's going to be what it's going to be. But, you know, I'm going to do it for another young person. And it's crazy, man. All they need is a little bit of encouragement and then they're off, you know? So, yeah, definitely working with young people.
Because of COVID and all this pandemic, everything, has it affected your ability to, like, perform and...
Yes and no. So physically to perform, yeah, it's made it like virtually impossible. However, new opportunities have come. So like performing on Insta Live, somebody else's live, you know, or Zoom or whatever. It's forced us to be more resourceful as artists, you know. We have to find different ways of getting our sound out. I also think it has made things easier to the extent that everyone is level now. Nobody's in that big building and you're outside. Everybody's accessible. I always think like hard times hold great opportunities. It's just for us to see it. I'm looking forward to this thing going over because I want to perform again, man. I want to see people, you know. I want to be in that, yeah. I say a word is enough for the wise, so you should be open to hear things. However, other people's stories doesn't mean that's going to be your story, and you have a brilliance and a genius in you to do whatever it is that you've been gifted to do. Study your craft, but just have fun. Don't put the pressure on it. When you put pressure on it is when you're not creating. You know, you're forcing. And, you know, which sounds nicer, creating or forcing. I know create sounds nicer, so don't force it. You know, have fun, experiment with your sound, and you are literally in competition with nobody on this planet other than yourself. Just go be all you can be, and other people's stories do not mean that's your story. So her name is Lucille, right? I was given this when I was 21 by my peoples. I got an amp with it as well, and
Beautiful.
yeah, man, she's fine. She's really something. I don't go away, flesh and blood, but a tool of man. For what standard do you judge man? For what standard do you measure man? Do you see his heart? Do you see his pain? Or is it exploiting game? Can't you see the same ones that's been?
Bravo. Hey.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
Thank you.